Yeah,
Wow,
I
that's
can do, I can do that. Yeah, I look at something and I think I can do that, and then I do the training required or whatever, or I move to a different country, and I do think the things that I think you've got to be enthusiastic, you've got to be able to motivate others to um, want to do what you're passionate about. And I think if you're passionate and enthusiastic, people will just look and go, wow, yes, yes, it's a brilliant idea.
yeah, yeah. No, you're right. And I think, like you said, you nailed it when you said you have the attitude, I can. Like, if you think
Yeah,
you can, then you can. And I think, like
yeah.
what you also said, if you can say you can and then motivate yourself. Once you've motivated yourself, then probably automatically you'll motivate others. Yeah.
Well, I think so. I mean, yeah, I do think so. I mean, we learned from our parents when we were young. My dad taught me all about nature, and different things. And I always wanted to have a life that was, you know, uh, full of nature, full of the beauties, full of walking and being in touch with nature. And that's what I've done. My whole life has been based on what my father showed me. And but
Wow.
you only pick up the things that you think I can do that and I really want to do that. It's not I'm 1 minute I'm going to be a fireman, the next minute I'm going to be a teacher, the next minute I'm going to be it's one of those things that I'm 55 years old now, and it's taken me this long to see the work of a celebrant and think, you know what?
And that,
That's the
yeah.
first time I've seen something and thought to myself, I really want to do that. I really want to do that.
Wow. Really? Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. And you just went for it and you did it.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
I remember when we were in Costa Rica and you were saying, I want to have my own academy. And then you just went to Spain and did it. So I know what you mean. Like when you make a decision, you just go for it and you do it. And you didn't follow anyone in that like you
No,
didn't. So yeah.
I really learned the hard way. I mean, the one good thing about following somebody, in a way, I suppose, is that you learn by their mistakes.
Do
But
you think
if
think
you're
you
a
can
leader,
yeah.
hmm,
Sorry. Do you think you can learn by other people's mistakes then?
absolutely.
Really?
I mean, I had, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's amazing, really. When I look back over the last 10 years of building my academy, I went in it, I didn't really have a clue what I was doing. I just knew what the end result looked like.
Did you really? Wow.
And,
You had the
and I just had to focus on that end result. My God, I made some massive mistakes on the way. Really did financially, um, people taking advantage of me, etc. But I've come out the other end, and I think to myself, if I could have had a course with somebody right at the beginning, and that person could have said to me, this is what you do, don't do this, don't do that, I wouldn't have had those 10 years of making mistakes.
wow.
Possibly. I
But then
don't know.
but then maybe you wouldn't have learned quite the same.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
wouldn't have had the same appreciation for what you've achieved, because I do think that making mistakes is part of what you are, and you really appreciate what you've done. Yeah.
Exactly. It's character building, and you did it yourself. And like you say, you learn to appreciate things so much more once you've gone through the whole struggle by yourself. But then
Yeah.
saying that as well, I don't want to struggle anymore. I don't know. I mean, it's great struggling and learning and making mistakes, but I don't know. I don't know.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I mean, I was thinking today as well. I mean, I think what you were saying about lockdown, and you do have time to think about stuff, and you do see yourself even more so in this
Yeah,
situation. And I've always known what my weaknesses are. And that's the thing. I think that's another strength, is to know what your weaknesses are and to do what you can, or seek whatever help you can to sort of improve those weaknesses. For
yeah.
example, I lack tact. I do lack tact. I say what I think, I say what I mean, and then sometimes I think back and think, I really could have said that in a better way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's good to be direct. Well, I guess there's pros and cons. It depends who you're talking to, maybe. Some people probably really appreciate it, and some people don't. Like,
Yeah.
you don't always know, do you? I mean, at the end of the day, if you're being yourself, authentic self, then
Yeah, absolutely. I think what you've got to be able to do as well is to be able to listen to other people's ideas. Being a leader is not being a dictator, is it? That's a different thing.
yes.
Being a leader is, I was in the Territorial Army for about 8 years,
Wow.
and yeah, and you had to be a leader, but you had to learn to use the qualities of the people that you were leading to make it work. To be able to say to yourself, look, I don't know everything, hands down, I don't know everything. I'm going to talk to him over there because he has real knowledge of this. And I'm going to talk to her over there because she understands about this. So you might be the leader and you might be leading everyone else, but you've got to empower other people